There are 5 tricks that can make making your bed much easier. After watching this video, you'll never be annoyed again when you have to make your bed, as it's much easier and quicker. This special rolling technique in particular will inspire you. But first, let's get to this trick with the bed sheet. You're probably familiar with the situation where you want to pull the sheet over the mattress and somehow always hit the wrong corner. This means you have to take it off again afterwards because you wanted to place the long side on the short side. But there's an ingenious trick to make sure this never happens again. Just look out for this sign. You'll find it in just one corner of the bed linen, and it's always at the bottom right or top left. If you always put it in this position, you will always place the sheet the right way up on your bed. And it's even more annoying that you can somehow never fold the sheets properly. But you can do it with this ingenious trick. Lay it out on your bed as you can see here, and now grab one corner and move it to the top corner. This means that we have placed both corners inside each other. We do exactly the same with the other side. Once you have done this, you can take hold of both corners at the top and give everything a good shake before placing it back on your bed. Now straighten it out a little, then it will look much better. In the next step, grab the bottom side and simply fold it upwards. Do the same with the top side. Of course, you can also vary the width of the sheet at the end, depending on how much space you have in your wardrobe. Now all you have to do is fold it in half from the left and right, and you have a perfect package that makes it super easy to fold your sheet and place it in any wardrobe. Before we get to the really ingenious roll trick, I'll show you these 2 pillow tricks. Because if you're familiar with the problem of always having too much of the cover left over because your pillow is much smaller and you just stuff it under your pillow, then it's usually annoying. But there is an ingenious trick that will never bother you again. All you have to do is grab these corners and stuff them into the pillowcase now. It's best to do this on the bottom side, then you won't even see it later. Now simply push the corner into the top corner until you can't get any further, depending on how big your cover is. Do the same with the other side, and then you just have to adjust it a little by going into both sides with your arms and pulling once to the right and left. And the cover is already perfectly over here. If you turn the whole thing over now, you won't even see it anymore, and you won't have that protruding corner that constantly annoys you. And if you've ever wondered whether it's time for a new pillow, you can find out with this trick. If you have a synthetic pillow like this, all you have to do is press it in the middle with your hand and fold one side over the other so that it is roughly centered. Now hold it like this for 30 seconds. When you release it, if the pillow is still good enough, it should spring back into its original position as quickly as possible. If the pillow is clearly too old, it will take a very long time for it to return to its original position, or perhaps not return there at all. Then you know it's time to replace your pillow with a new one. Thanks to the incredibly ingenious roller trick, you can also change your comforter cover much more quickly. To do this, you should turn it inside out and then, ideally, lay it out on your bed. Once you've done this, you should now grab your comforter and lay it completely over the comforter cover so that it lies as flat as possible on the upturned comforter cover. Now start rolling up the whole thing on the side where the comforter cover is closed. For me, it is this side. I now start to roll up the comforter cover and the blanket together until I have formed a neat roll. Now you have the open cover on this side. You should grab it and put it over the roll once. This means you put it over the roll so that you now have the right side of the cover over the roll, as you can see here. Now all you have to do is grab both corners and shake the whole thing once, and you have your comforter perfectly covered. With a little practice, this also works much faster than the conventional method. If you would now like to know what 12 incredible tricks there are with a hairdryer that unfortunately almost nobody knows, but everyone should know, then watch the video that you now see on the screen. Click directly on it.